Welcome to another edition of Coaching Insights. I'm David Rainoshek, founder of JuiceFeasting.com. Today, we are going to look at curiosity and healing. You're watching this video right now, you may be dealing with a health challenge that has dogged you for months or years. Many of us are familiar with this. We've been in your shoes. It's tough. This is my life's work. I work with clients who come to me who've had health challenges that they have been around and around and around with. It has frustrated them. It's frustrated their family. It has kept them from doing the best work of their life. It's kept them from interacting maybe with their children in the way that they've wanted to. It's kept them from their hopes and dreams. It's cost tens of thousands of dollars maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. This impacts our lives seriously. And when you encounter such an intractable issue that's affecting your life and maybe the life of those around you, it feels like a wrinkle in the fabric of the cosmos. It feels like this is a wrong that should not be, and I want it cut out, and I want to move beyond it. And this is natural. This is right. In a way, there is a wrinkle in the fabric of the cosmos. But there's a stuckness with just leaving it at that. And there is a frame, a mind frame, a mindset that we can cultivate and that I work with my clients on cultivating so that we can back off a little bit from the judgment of whether or not ultimately what we're encountering is good or bad, and generate some space and take a lot of the energy that's been going into the frustration, rightly so, the frustration, the anger, just the raw energy that's gone into that health challenge, and flip that back around towards skillful action. And how we do that is by generating some curiosity, some fresh curiosity around the health challenge that we have. So the question to ask is, how does this thing, this intractable thing, this suffering thing that I'm dealing with, how does this turn out to be good? How does this turn out to be good? It's a question that is pregnant with curiosity. It is filled with curiosity. You're genuinely interested in how this awful situation, the suffering that you've got, actually turns out in your favor or in the favor of other people. How does it actually turn out to be good? Now, in my own case, I was sick for 3 years with terrible acid reflux disease, hypoglycemia, worse than anybody still that I've ever worked with, adrenal fatigue that was crippling. I had to sleep about 10 or 12 hours a night to physically function the next day. I spent about $50,000 on medical bills trying to diagnose these items that I didn't even know were going on. I just knew that I felt awful and I could tell you the symptomologies. But at that time, over 20 years ago, I didn't know that much about health yet. I hadn't come into juice feasting and live food nutrition and integrated nutrition yet. And so I didn't know very much. And I went to standard medical practitioners to try to, and some alternative practitioners, to try to get a bead on what was going on for me. And every day, I felt like I was going to die, either from a heart attack or because my adrenals were going down, or from the pain of the acid reflux that I had. I had to lay on my arm every night while I slept because the pain in my stomach was so bad. That $50,000 in 3 years that I invested in working with the symptoms that I had were excruciating. I wanted them to be over. It felt like there was a wrinkle in the fabric of the cosmos. I was tired of writing letters to my family every time I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. I would type it out on the computer thinking, well, at least they'll see my last words before I die. This kind of thing is exhausting. Somewhere about 2/3 of the way through that 3 years, I took a step back, and I wasn't resigned, I wasn't giving up, but I asked this question that I referenced a couple of minutes ago. How does this turn out to be good? I'm curious because I know that my life is here for more than just this kind of suffering misery that seems to be pointless. Somehow there must be something here that turns out to be good. And so I decided to turn that curiosity into a game. I decided to withhold judgment on whether or not what I was encountering was good or bad, and just wait. Let me see how this awful set of circumstances actually turns out to be good. Now, that waiting process took about another year. Okay, and I finally had a resolution of my illness when I encountered juice feasting and live food nutrition and was able to heal my body through about a 90-day period of lots of raw foods and a tremendous amount of fresh juice, which has now become the Juice Feasting program. Those benefits accrued to me personally. I felt like I expected to feel as a young, healthy adult. My life was given back to me through that experience, through the benefits of my own efforts in doing live food nutrition and juice feasting and applying myself, not giving up hope, and being curious about how it turned out to be good, the illness that I had. But the benefits didn't just accrue to me personally. As it turned out, the development of juice feasting is beneficial. And so my waiting to see how the illness that I had turned out to be good bore fruit. I finally did figure out the constellation of practices that were appropriate for me to put into place to resolve my health challenges and bring me better health than I had had maybe since I was a young person. My acid reflux was over. I'd had that since middle school as a result of a standard Western diet. But those benefits came through, not just for me, but for hundreds of thousands of people. And so if I had it to do over again, given the benefits, yeah, I'd do it again. I would suffer that again to benefit that many people. And so I learned from that experience how to wait and exercise curiosity and see how the suffering that I was encountering actually wound its way around to be good. And we're going to speak to how to do that on this video, which is usually a training that I give to my clients privately. But what we're doing here is exercise on anti-fragility. Anti-fragility being this capacity that we all have to encounter something that is chaos producing in our lives, that's destroying us or breaking us down. We're using up all of our energy seemingly needlessly. And we say, hold on a second. What's the opportunity here? How can, in my favor, how can I respond to it in such a way that when I come through it and out of it, I'm stronger as a result of this chaotic event happening than had it never happened in the first place? When you develop this curiosity about your own healing and the meaning of it and how it will turn out to be good, not just for you, but for other people as well, you're exercising anti-fragility. You're taking something that in the moment sucks and you're saying, okay, I'm going to see how this turns out to be good. I'm going to be anti-fragile. I'm going to exercise this massive capacity that I have as a human being to see this thing through to my benefit and the benefit of other people, even while I'm in the thick of it. Okay? So how do we engage this curiosity in our own life? One way to develop this capacity, this curiosity for your own healing and this patience, and yet back to your past. You already have life experiences now that in the moment seemed horrible or inconvenient or like you couldn't get beyond it. And yet somehow life, like a fiction novel, wound its way around and you came through that, and there were certain benefits that accrued to you or to other people that were a result of that difficult event taking place. Look to those things now. Think about those things after we've gotten off of this session, and think about it. Think about those difficult items in your life that have actually turned out some way to be good. Not that it still wasn't filled with suffering or doubt or concern. Not that maybe some of the results of that thing also still carry on and are negative, but there were some positive things that came out of it that have made you a more whole, capable, compassionate, skillful person now, and maybe other people as well, than had that thing not happened to begin with. That will cultivate faith. It's a faith that is the bedrock of your healing, if you will. That faith that will carry you through even in the time where you're like, I'm not sure what's going on for me health-wise right now or how I'm going to get through it. But I see that I've had other things that have happened in my life in the past that were, hold on a second, everybody, things that happened to me in my past that were concerning, that were wrinkles in the fabric of the cosmos that I could not figure out. And yet somehow in those events in my life, things wound their way through, right? To turn out to actually be good and made me who I am today, which is a better person for it. All right? This is invaluable. Your life will never reach a plateau, or if it does, not for very long. New challenges will come into your life, And so this ability to exercise curiosity for the healing of your own body, or curiosity and patience to go ahead and heal through an event in your life and exercise anti-fragility in the midst of it, and to have that deep, abiding faith that the cosmos actually does wind itself around to things actually turning out to be good, to be in other people's favor, in your own favor, even in the midst of suffering. This kind of faith is what's absolutely necessary for the evolution of yourself and the evolution of humanity, for the evolution of this world. Okay? So life is going to continue to throw you things that are in the moment suffering and difficult and like a wrinkle in the fabric of the cosmos. So we've got to get better as evolutionary beings to take care of this kind of thing, to be skillful in the midst of those things. So that is it for this training today on coaching insights. I hope that you find this valuable. If you've got a story about your own past or present in exercising this kind of curiosity and patience and anti-fragility in service to your healing, to the benefit of yourself, to the benefit of others, please share that down below this video or write me and let me know about it. I love hearing your stories. Thanks for joining me on another edition of Coaching Insights. If you found this teaching helpful, please share this with your friends and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so that you get announcements about future Coaching Insights editions in this series. Again, I'm David Rainoshek with juicefeasting.com, and I'll see you next time. Be well.